Listen to me right now. Do not scroll past this message. There is an emergency in the spiritual realm concerning your life, and I was sent here to deliver this directly to your spirit. What they did to you is absolutely disgusting. The heavens watched in complete silence as they plotted against you, as they gathered in corners to speak your name, as they planned to tear down the very foundation of your peace. You thought no one saw it. You thought your tears in the middle of the night were invisible, that your silent cries for help dissolved into the darkness of your bedroom. But I am here to tell you that every single tear was collected, weighed, and judged. People in the spiritual realm are furious. The divine forces that guard your destiny are in a state of absolute holy anger right now because they attacked an innocent person. They attacked you. You need to understand the magnitude of what is happening behind the scenes of your life today. You are not just a regular person navigating normal human conflicts. You are a chosen one. You carry a frequency, a light, a heavy and undeniable anointing that triggers the deepest insecurities in those who walk in darkness. When they attacked you, they were not just responding to something you said or did. In fact, you did absolutely nothing wrong. You were pure in your intentions. You gave them your time, your loyalty, your energy, and the deepest parts of your heart. You lowered your boundaries because you believed they had the same soul as you. You projected your own goodness onto people who were entirely consumed by their own inner demons. And what did they do with your open heart? They trampled it. They used your vulnerabilities as weapons against you. They tried to make you look crazy. They twisted your words, and they painted you as the villain in a story where you were the only one bleeding. It is disgusting. It is a spiritual crime of the highest order, and the universe does not take the abuse of a chosen one lightly. Right now, a massive shift is occurring. The tables of justice are turning so violently that those who harmed you are beginning to feel the tremors in their own lives. They thought they got away with it. They thought they could break your spirit, dim your light, and walk away victorious while you picked up the pieces of your shattered trust. But they made a fatal miscalculation. They forgot who your creator is. They forgot that you are marked, sealed, and protected by forces they cannot even begin to comprehend. The spiritual realm is furious because you were innocent. You were placed in their lives as a blessing, as a catalyst for their own healing. But their egos were too fragile to accept the grace you carried. So they tried to destroy the mirror that reflected their own darkness. That is why the attack felt so personal, so vicious, so completely unprovoked. It was never about you, chosen one. It was always about the massive, blinding light that resides inside your spirit. I want you to take a deep breath right now and absorb this truth. You have spent weeks, maybe months, or even years questioning yourself. You replayed every conversation in your head, wondering what you could have done differently, wondering if you were somehow responsible for the cruelty you received. I am here to break that chain of guilt over your mind today. Release it. Let it drop to the floor. You are innocent. You were a lamb surrounded by wolves disguised as friends, family members, or partners. The guilt does not belong to you. The shame does not belong to you. What they did to you is a reflection of their own brokenness, not a measure of your worth. Heaven is rising in your defense. The days of you fighting alone are over. The days of you having to explain yourself, to defend your character against lies and manipulations have come to an end. A divine barrier is being erected around you right now. And the justice that is coming for those who wronged you will be so exact, so precise, and so undeniable that it will strike fear into the hearts of anyone who ever thought about crossing you again. They are going to have to watch from afar as God elevates you, as the universe pours unimaginable blessings into your lap, as your mind is restored to perfect peace. But for this complete restoration to happen, you need to understand your position. You cannot afford to look back. You cannot afford to harbor pity for them when the consequences of their own actions begin to crush them. And believe me, the consequences are already knocking on their doors. They will try to come back. They will try to sneak back into your life under the guise of an apology, seeking the warmth of your light because their own lives have become cold and empty without you. You must remain unbothered. You must remain untouchable. Your innocence was your vulnerability in the past, but today your innocence is your ultimate power. You are being called to a higher level of spiritual maturity. You are being summoned to step into an authority that leaves no room for the games of manipulative people. The pain you went through was real. The betrayal was deep, but it was also the final push you needed to wake up. They thought they were burying you, but they did not know you were a seed, deeply planted in fertile soil, ready to erupt into a massive, unstoppable tree. You are meant to dominate your own story, to lead, to prosper in ways that will leave your enemies completely speechless. This is the moment your life splits into two halves, the time before you knew your true power, and the time after. You are entering the after. You are crossing the threshold into a reality where you are the untouchable, highly favored, fiercely protected, chosen one. You must fiercely guard this new reality. Every step you take from this moment forward is guided by a profound, ancient wisdom that has finally awakened inside of you. Do not let the memory of their disgusting actions weigh down your spirit. Their actions are their karma, their heavy burden to carry, not yours. You have been cleared of all charges in the spiritual court, and now it is your time to reign. Your time to collect everything that was stolen from you with interest. The peace that was snatched away is returning as a fortress of serenity. The joy that was eclipsed is returning as a radiant, blinding sun in your life. Understand this deeply and engrave it upon your heart. The attack on your innocent soul was the final catalyst for your ultimate elevation. The spiritual realm does not make mistakes, and you need to engrave this truth into the very core of your being. When you were placed in the presence of those who ultimately betrayed you, it was a profound test. It was not a test of your endurance, but a test of their character. They were handed a rare and sacred opportunity to walk alongside a genuine carrier of divine light. They had a front row seat to your grace, your endless empathy, and your supernatural ability to love without conditions. But instead of honoring the gift that heaven placed in their lives, they chose to attack it. Why? Because the purity of your spirit was a blinding spotlight exposing the cobwebs, the deceit, and the hidden rot in their own souls. You did not even have to speak a word of judgment. Your mere existence, your authentic joy, and your natural favor were enough to trigger a deeply rooted demonic jealousy inside of them. They could not elevate themselves to your frequency, so their only desperate strategy was to try and drag you down into their muddy waters. They wanted you to react. They wanted you to lose your temper, to step out of your divine character, so they could point their fingers and say, "Look, the chosen one is just as toxic as we are." But they failed. Even in your pain, even when you were bleeding from the wounds they inflicted in the dark, you maintained your spiritual dignity. You cried to the heavens instead of seeking petty revenge on earth, and that is exactly why the wrath of heaven has been unleashed on your behalf. The justice that is moving toward them right now is not about revenge. It is about spiritual equilibrium. It is about the universe correcting a gross violation of universal law. You cannot touch a marked soul and expect to sleep peacefully. You cannot maliciously break the heart of a chosen one and expect your own life to flourish. Right now, the very things they thought they were securing by destroying you are slipping through their fingers like dry sand. The false alliances they built against you are crumbling. The temporary victories they celebrated are turning into ash in their mouths. They are looking around in confusion, wondering why their plans are suddenly failing, why there is a heavy cloud of misery hanging over their days. They will not understand it, but you do. You understand that when heaven fights for you, the victory is silent, swift, and absolute. As this divine retribution unfolds, your role is not to gloat or to watch them fall. Your role is to violently protect your energy and prepare for the massive overflow of blessings that is rushing toward you to replace everything you lost. You are entering a season of unprecedented spiritual authority. But hear me very clearly, because this is the most critical instruction you will receive today. This new level of authority requires a new level of strategic knowledge. You can no longer operate on raw empathy alone. Your good heart needs armor. Your intuition needs to be sharpened into a lethal weapon against future deception. You cannot afford to let another emotional vampire drain the anointing that is meant to build your empire. The attacks of the past happened because you did not fully comprehend the magnitude of who you are and the invisible target on your back. You cannot walk blindly into this new glorious chapter. The enemy is subtle, and if they cannot destroy you through direct attacks, they will try to send new people disguised as blessings to derail your destiny. I am not here to scare you. I am here to equip you. I cannot hold your hand every single day, but heaven has provided the exact map you need to navigate this high-level spiritual warfare. You must access right now the secret manual of the chosen ones. This manual decodes the 7 undeniable signs that you were marked for something greater, reveals the hidden patterns that shaped your life, and teaches you the exact protocol to activate your true authority. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. Do not wait for the next crisis to realize you need this knowledge. Shield your mind today. Arm your spirit right now. When you have this manual in your arsenal, you will see through people instantly. You will decode their true intentions before they even finish their first sentence. You will become spiritually bulletproof. Once you embrace this high-level knowledge, the transformation in your reality will be shocking to everyone around you. The people who thought they left you broken will hear rumors of your explosive success. They will see you walking in a level of peace, prosperity, and unshakable confidence that they can only dream of. They will try to find a way back in. I guarantee you this, they will come back with a different mask, with a sob story, with a desperate plea for your attention. They will realize that the living water they took for granted has dried up in their own lives, and they will come thirsty to your well. But your well is now a closed fortress. You will look at them not with anger, but with absolute indifference. You will realize that they have no power over your emotions anymore. They are ghosts from a past that no longer exists. You are a force of nature now. The chains of people-pleasing have been shattered permanently. The invisible cords of trauma bonding have been severed by the sword of divine justice. You are stepping into rooms where your name was spoken with respect before you even arrived. Doors that were firmly locked and guarded by your enemies are now being violently blown open by the breath of heaven. Your finances, your health, your peace of mind, and your divine connections are all being restored simultaneously. It is a terrifyingly beautiful season of harvest. But you must stay alert. You must stay anchored in the truth of your calling. Do not let the sudden influx of blessings make you spiritually lazy. The knowledge you secure today will be your anchor when the winds of massive success start blowing. This truth is not just a shield, it is a heavy, burning sword that you now carry in your spirit. As you step further into this new reality, you will begin to notice a profound silence settling over your life. Do not mistake this silence for abandonment. This is the sacred quiet of a battlefield after the victory has been secured. The chaotic noise of those who tried to break you, the confusing mixed signals, the gaslighting, and the endless drama have been violently swept away by the breath of God. You are now standing in the eye of the storm, perfectly safe, while the tempest of divine retribution rages outside, dismantling every lie that was spoken against your name. Your enemies are currently suffocating in the very traps they so carefully laid out for you. They thought they were burying your reputation, but they were actually digging their own spiritual graves. You must realize that your silence during this season is your most lethal weapon. You do not need to post cryptic messages, you do not need to explain your side of the story, and you absolutely do not need to defend your character to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Let them believe the false narrative. Let them choke on the twisted lies they created. The universe does not need your vocal defense to execute perfect justice. Every time you refuse to engage in their petty earthly battles, you elevate yourself higher in the spiritual realm. You are starving the demonic entities that used to feed on your anxiety and your desperate need to be understood. Those entities are starving right now, and the people who hosted them are spiraling into deep, unexplainable panic. They feel your detachment. They feel the exact moment you took your energy back, and it terrifies them because they know they have lost their ultimate source of supply. I need you to look at your hands right now. Look at them. These are the hands that wiped away rivers of tears in the dark. These are the hands that gave endlessly to people who only knew how to take. But from this exact moment forward, these hands are consecrated to build an empire of light. You are no longer permitted to carry the dead weight of other people's unresolved trauma. You are no longer authorized by heaven to be the emotional dumping ground for souls who refuse to heal themselves. Your assignment has changed. The days of playing small to accommodate the fragile egos of toxic people are completely over. You are stepping into a giant frequency, a terrifyingly beautiful vibration that will automatically repel anyone who is not aligned with your highest destiny. People will literally walk out of your life for no apparent reason, and I demand that you let them go. Do not chase them. Do not ask for closure. Their departure is heaven's ultimate protection protocol activating in your life. The space they leave behind is not empty. It is a vacuum waiting to be filled with high-level divine connections. God is orchestrating encounters right now with people who speak your true spiritual language. You're about to meet individuals who will not drain you, but will pour into you with a generosity that will leave you speechless. These are the true members of your soul tribe. They will recognize your crown instantly. They will not be intimidated by your light. They will celebrate it. They will not secretly plot your downfall. They will passionately protect your blind spots. But to access this new circle of influence, your vibrational frequency must remain pure. You cannot drag the toxic residue of your past betrayers into this new promised land. You must forgive them, not to release them from the consequences of their disgusting actions, but to release yourself from the energetic chain that binds you to their misery. Forgiveness for a chosen one is not reconciliation. Let me be very clear about this. Heaven is not asking you to sit at the same table with the snakes that bit you. Heaven is asking you to amputate the poison so it does not infect your glorious future. You forgive them by handing their judgment completely over to the divine court. You wash your hands of their destiny. You look at the damage they caused. You acknowledge the profound pain you survived. And you declare with total authority that the debt is no longer yours to collect. The universe will collect it on your behalf with a heavy, devastating interest. And while they are forced to pay every single spiritual penny they owe, you will be busy walking on streets paved with unimaginable favor. The contrast between your rising and their falling will be the greatest testimony of God's existence to everyone who witnesses your life. This is the undeniable mark of a chosen one. You take the deepest, most disgusting betrayals and you alchemize them into solid gold. The very experiences that were designed to shatter your mind have instead forged a spiritual resilience. that is absolutely unbreakable. You are untouchable now. The attacks of the enemy will bounce off your aura like arrows hitting a titanium wall. But you must maintain this elevated state. You must ruthlessly curate the information you consume, the people you allow into your physical space, and the thoughts you permit to take root in your mind. The enemy knows they cannot defeat you in a direct confrontation anymore. So they will try to send subtle distractions. They will try to make you doubt this revelation. They will try to whisper that this is too good to be true, that the other shoe is going to drop, that you do not truly deserve this massive incoming blessing. You must silence that lying voice immediately. You have paid the price in full. You have walked through the fire. You have endured the slander. You have survived the absolute darkest nights of the soul. And you did it without losing your faith in the goodness of the universe. Heaven owes you a harvest, and heaven always pays its debts. Open your spirit wide right now to receive this divine download. The compensation that is coming is not just a restoration of what you lost. It is a profound, overflowing multiplication. Everything is doubling. The peace is doubling. The clarity is doubling. The financial abundance is doubling. The spiritual authority is doubling. You are stepping into the season of the double portion, and no demon in hell or toxic person on earth can stop what has already been written in the stars for you. You are being upgraded in real time. Can you feel the shift in your physical body? Can you feel the heavy burden lifting off your shoulders and dissolving into the ether? That is the physical manifestation of spiritual chains breaking. The ancestral curses that kept your family in cycles of struggle and betrayal have met their ultimate match in you. You are the cycle breaker. You are the designated soul chosen before the foundation of the world to look the enemy in the eye and say, "It ends with me." And because you had the courage to stand your ground, because you refused to become bitter when the whole world expected you to turn evil, you are being crowned with a level of authority that is reserved only for the elite warriors of heaven. You are a general in the spiritual realm now. When you speak, the atmosphere must obey. When you declare peace over your home, chaos must violently flee. When you decree prosperity over your projects, poverty is immediately evicted. Walk in this truth. Breathe in this new atmosphere of absolute victory. The disgusting actions of those who attacked you were merely the dark canvas needed to display the blinding, glorious masterpiece of your new life. This masterpiece of your new life requires a completely different level of stewardship. You cannot manage this massive influx of divine favor with an outdated mindset. The spiritual realm is handing you the keys to kingdoms, to generational wealth, to profound influence, and to a peace that surpasses all human understanding. But with this colossal blessing comes a severe and beautiful responsibility. You must become the ruthless gatekeeper of your own energy. The time for being accessible to everyone has permanently expired. Your presence is a highly classified spiritual asset now. You cannot allow just anyone to speak into your life, to sit at your table, or to have access to your inner thoughts. The enemy is watching your elevation with a furious jealousy, And because they can no longer touch you directly, they will attempt to send heavily disguised agents of chaos into your new reality. They will come dressed as opportunities. They will come disguised as new friendships. They will even try to mimic your spiritual language to gain your trust, but they will carry a subtle poison, a hidden agenda designed to slowly drain your anointing and make you question your divine authority. You must develop an intuition so razor-sharp that it cuts through the most sophisticated lies before they are even fully spoken. When someone enters your space, you will no longer listen to the words coming out of their mouth. You will read the exact frequency of their spirit. You will feel the immediate pull of truth or the heavy drag of deception, and when you sense even the slightest misalignment, when your spirit feels that familiar coldness, you will not hesitate. You will not wait for proof. You will not give them the benefit of the doubt. You will cut the cord immediately and without apology. This is not being cold. This is being obedient to the protective protocols of heaven. You have suffered enough in the hands of toxic manipulators to know that your intuition has never lied to you. It was only your excessive compassion that made you ignore the red flags in the past. That version of you, the one who compromised their own safety to save a drowning enemy, is gone. That version of you died in the fire of their betrayal. And from those ashes a supreme, untouchable warrior has emerged. This new warrior spirit within you understands the assignment perfectly. You are here to build, to prosper, and to radiate a light so pure that it shatters the darkness in every room you enter. But to sustain this massive calling, to ensure that you never again fall victim to the emotional vampires who seek to feast on your living water, you need an advanced spiritual strategy. You need to decode the exact mechanics of your calling and understand the hidden laws that govern the life of a chosen one. You cannot navigate this monumental season relying on guesswork. The stakes are too high. Your destiny is too important. The generation coming after you is depending on your ultimate victory. That is why heaven has orchestrated this exact moment for you to receive the final piece of your armor. You need to access right now the secret manual of the chosen ones. This manual decodes the 7 undeniable signs that you were marked for something greater, reveals the hidden patterns that shaped your life, and teaches you the exact protocol to activate your true authority. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. This is not just a book. It is a divine download, an ancestral map designed exclusively for those who carry the heavy crown of the chosen. When you absorb this knowledge, your spiritual eyes will be forced wide open. You will never again be blindsided by betrayal. You will anticipate the movements of the enemy weeks before they even happen. Do not let procrastination steal your armor. Secure this knowledge today and lock the doors of your destiny permanently against any form of spiritual sabotage. As you equip yourself for this glorious future, I want you to feel the absolute finality of this moment. The cycle of pain is officially broken. The season of weeping in secret has been violently replaced by the season of public vindication. Those who attacked you are fading into the background of your life like insignificant shadows. Their opinions hold no weight. Their lies have dissolved into nothingness. You are the sole author of your reality now, backed by the infinite power of the Creator. Every step you take from this day forward will be ordered by heaven. You will walk into rooms and favor will greet you before you even introduce yourself. Resources will flow to you with a magnetic, undeniable force. The peace that you fought so hard to find will now become your permanent residence. I want you to physically seal this divine activation right now. Wherever you are, stop what you are doing. Place your right hand firmly over your heart. Feel the steady, powerful rhythm of your life force. Close your eyes and take a deep, cleansing breath. Inhale the pure, victorious air of your new reality, and exhale every last trace of the pain they caused you. Let it all go. Now speak these words out loud with the absolute authority of a chosen one. I am completely free from the chains of my past. I am the untouchable property of heaven. No weapon formed against me will ever prosper again. I step into my double portion of peace, wealth, and power. My crown is sealed and my destiny is unstoppable. If you felt the fire of heaven hit your spirit as you spoke those words, if you know in your bones that this message was a direct, urgent transmission to your soul, you need to leave a physical record of your faith right now. Go to the comments and type this exact decree. Heaven fights for me and my victory is absolute. Let the whole world see your unshakable certainty. Leave your like on this video to seal your commitment to this new era of your life. Subscribe to the channel right now so you do not miss the crucial prophetic directions that I will be delivering to you in the coming days. You cannot afford to walk blindly from here on. And do not delay your preparation for another second. Go to the first comment and guarantee your manual before the window closes. Chosen one, the storm is over. Walk in your supreme authority and never look back. Your glorious reign has officially begun.